Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here, and we're playing some of our Madden Chicago Bears franchise. So we just had our preseason week one. It was a little rocky. We still came up 41 to 13 only because of our defense putting it on there and giving our offense the ball continuously on the Broncos side of the ball. But really, it was a mixed game all around, and just we have to put two and two together. I mean, Brock Osweiler was a little bit off today, as well as Pedersen was off a lot in the first part of the game. So we need to settle down, play the football we know, and go from there. I mean, we're not going to have any troubles in this, but the biggest thing is that we need to play together as a team. And there was a lot of free, unblocked guys that came in on Pedersen, and that's something we can't have continuously. He's got to have time in the pocket if he's going to throw the ball, and he just did not have that more than anything. We did have a good showing by Morrison breaking up a couple passes, and then our third round pick came up with one interception and actually had a pretty decent showing there. We also had Means had a pretty good showing as well later on in the game, and uh, just a lot of getting the ball down the field is what we need to do, and sometimes we just can't do that because the blocking was just not great. So we're gonna have to see if that's just the nature of the number twos against their number twos. They're just better, or we were just playing poor. That could be it. But our third round pick, the corner, or you might be a fourth round pick, Morrison, was the one that, or actually it was Brackett that came up pretty good in that game. I forgot to do the XP there, so I just did it. So here we go into the Titans in week two. The biggest thing we're going to have to look for is trying to get our defense just where it is. A little bit more blitzing, get pressure on the quarterback. We had 6 sacks this game, but it was all with the number twos. So we didn't have any number ones really put any pressure on the quarterback. But going against the number one here, we actually got a couple trade offers with Gardner and Estes. We'll actually see what they're willing to give us, because these are backup guys. Wow, a second round pick for him. Johnson, a center. Don't really need a center. That second round pick is very intriguing. A lot of second round picks. And when it comes to the offensive line, if offensive players actually got hurt a lot more, this would be something I probably wouldn't do. But they're asking for a fourth round pick. Fourth round pick for a guard that's rated this high? No. But Gardner, I might look at one of those second round picks. We'll cut after the game. But let's see what they're going with their team when it comes to the Titans. Probably would have should have went the other way. So Mariota, you got Petty, Chase Summers. We're just gonna look at their roster overall and not their depth chart. Lamar Miller, then Charles Sims, David Johnson over here. They got 2 fullbacks, so that's why they're trying to trade David Johnson. They do have Brian Leonard. Dorial Green Beckham, Tevin Justice, who's a rookie last year, Cole Beasley, Leo Ivory, and then Marquise Hughes. Larry Donnell, Eric Craig, a rookie out of Tennessee, a good rookie there. Joseph Foria, and Michael Hu. Taylor Lewan over here in the left tackle, Ryan Clady behind him, Alvin Bailey That's a big left guard there. Raymond Foster behind him. The centers: Daniel Kilgore, Craig Urbeck, and Russell Ellis, going to his second year. Chance Warmack, and then Jeff Lincolnbaugh. Adrian Waddle, and Jeremy Patauzi, and Hunter Young, the rookie at Notre Dame. Calais Campbell, Timmy Jernigan, Chauncey Knight, Jarrell Casey, an ever dangerous guy. Typically, in the first 2 or 3 years, he was a 99, so he's starting to get older and fall off there. So they try to pick up rookie Demetric Ryan, but it didn't turn out like how they wanted. Jordan Hill, Montori Hughes, Carlos Jeffrey, good pick there, and Angelo Blackson. Left linebacker Derek Morgan still going strong over here, and Deontrez Mount. Jasper Brinkley, Kevin Minter. Kevin Minter is one of those guys that really I think he's underrated, and I think he can do a pretty good job in this league, but he just needs to be more aware, actually go in, get more speed towards the ball, things like that. A lot of pursuit he needs when it comes to a player in Madden. Paul Posnuzny, Brian Arakpo still over here. Trovon Jordan, but that looks like that was a busted pick. Out of the corners, Malcolm Butler, they brought him over here. Dario Bradley, that seems like a good pick, second-year player. Morris Claiborne, we brought him over for a season over in Chicago. Keon Ramsey, Kevin Ogletree, and this would be the cornerback type. And Derek Boyce. Free safety, Sergio Brown. We've played a lot during his tenure in the NFL, and we've exploited him quite a few times. Darrell Stuckey, and then Eric Wolf. Or was that Earl Wolf? Yeah, Earl Wolf. Denoris Cersei, pretty underrated player. I think he should definitely be one of those guys that's out there. I mean, he is a very, very good safety. And LaQuanton Harvin. Matt Prater will be the kicker. The punter will be Brett Kern. Yeah, that's why they're trying to give me a second round pick in 2020. So we'll see how we do here. We're going to have Brock Osweiler come out here first, and Pedersen will have the ball from there. Pedersen's not a bad quarterback. I think he can get the job done and be our starter this year. But Osweiler is way too good to be slinging the ball around and missing. Easy corner routes, things like that. And I think the biggest thing with Pedersen is that it's just confidence, essentially. His confidence isn't that high, and so he just needs to put the ball on target and let the receiver make a play. So I will see you guys in week 2, and I'm probably going to accept a trade with Gardner, but it'll be in the next news episode along with our cuts. He seems like a good player, but he's also one of the guys that isn't a big role player or anything like that. Like left guard really isn't a position we have an issue with. Slauson's getting older. Let's see how old he is. Whoops, wrong one. Slauson's 9th year is 82 overall. Pretty much the same thing. 81-93. I mean, really it's the reverse. Jordan Estes is a good run blocker instead of a pass blocker. And then over here, Eric Hankins is a better pass blocker instead of a run blocker. And really I think that's something we can pull up easily when it comes to stats. So I'm not worried about who's going to play that. Also, Kadarius Buchanan is another player that we can fill in if anything. And Ja'Cory Russell is the guy we pulled in, and I mean, or run blocking scheme, he'll be decent. So I will see you guys next time. Here's Deshaun Gardner. He looks like he's going to be a better player when it comes to Eddie Goldman. But really, I just prefer Eddie Goldman because of his bigger frame than Deshaun Gardner. He's just a bigger body in the middle of the field, can take up more space, and forces the guys in the middle to go around here. But the thing is, we don't do a lot of three lineman fronts. We do a lot of two lineman fronts with Grimes out there and then Upshaw now. If anything, it might be a change up and have like Spencer move around, something like that, if anything happens to that. So we have a lot of depth in this, just like the same thing as we had a lot of key plays by Lucas. So we might have a little dual thing between Ayers and Lucas here going on. D Ford had a good game as well, coming off the edge. So we have a lot of depth at linebacker, especially middle linebacker. When we wanted to, we knew Barr and Shazier were going to be our starters from here. But really, everything under McCullen, Jones will probably be staying. So McCullen, Pleasant, Flowers, and Carlson are really just playing for a spot on the roster at this point. And we need to retain one of those guys, at least one. So I will see you guys next time when we go in to Nissan Stadium in Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Texans. Later, guys.